I did not think I'd be talking about this again. One of the very first Cyberpunk videos I made was covering the third-person mod. Even though it did tremendous numbers, to this day I still feel a bit guilty about it, almost like I painted the game in a negative light. My intention with that video was for other people who enjoy Cyberpunk to check it out, but instead what happened was it reached the general gaming community. I also felt like I could have explained how the mod works better to fully illustrate what was going on. Let's just say there's a lot of people that wish this game had a third-person mode. I grew up playing first-person shooters, so I have no problems with Cyberpunk being that. Would it be nice to have the option of third-person? Of course. But there's a saying that goes something like, a game for everyone is a game for no one. If you've kept up with these videos, you already know I really like 2077's combat loop, and even in that third-person video I said I didn't really care. Personally, I'm still in the camp of meeting them halfway. I'd like to have more opportunities to see the player character in third person, but the game itself does not have to have an exclusive third-person perspective. Let's explore how that can be achieved. One way is with third-person cutscenes. I included clips of this in the mod review, but I'll run them again now. These are from the 48-minute gameplay video posted all the way back in 2018. As you can see, V is shown on the screen, in motion, leading many to presume that this was a cut feature. Third-person cutscenes can take a lot of work though, so I would be okay with it being contained to the main missions and maybe a handful of side jobs. Maybe the final gig for each fixer too, or something like that. They could also do that thing where they have the perspective shift from first to third person at the beginning and end of the cutscenes. I know Call of Duty gets a lot of shit these days, but the perspective transitions in the latest Modern Warfare games was really cool and the kind of thing I think could work for Cyberpunk. Another opportunity to see our characters is during any idle-like animation, such as sitting on chairs, the apartment animations, and anything else they decide to add. In first person, it's easier to control where the player's focus should be, so maybe they like to lock it down during the story. But if you're just doing leisure activities, I think that's a decent time to look at the character in third person. A third way would be to transition to third person while going up and down ladders. It wouldn't happen too often and would only be a few seconds at most, but still an opportunity nonetheless. The new Indiana Jones games do this with ropes and stuff, and I think it's executed pretty well. The last suggestion I have are features present in many games, which are emotes and finishers. Emotes are pretty straightforward. For finishers, I'm talking about assassination animations or something like that. The game already has a few unique first-person takedowns if you spec enough in a body or reflex, but it could also be something they could briefly switch to third person for. They could also do it for something like the jumping takedown that's already in the game. And there we have a few ways the game can feature a third-person perspective. I know firsthand that this is a contentious topic, so hopefully this is a realistic middle ground that most players can agree with. That does it for this video. Thanks for watching.